Greetings from New York. This is Partho Banerjee speaking to you live. Thank you very much for being a part of this conversation. We have been preparing for this discussion for a long time, and I'm very happy that finally we are doing it. This is a series of discussions, talks. I do not want to call them lectures because I do not believe in lectures. I am a labor educator. I've been teaching American labor union workers for many years, and I keep telling them that nobody likes lectures anymore. So I do not want to give you like a traditional class where the teacher will speak from one side of the classroom through a microphone or something, and then everybody would listen as devoutly as possible, and that would be the end of the class. I simply do not believe in that. I have been doing this work for a long time. I have worked as a grassroots political organizer in India for many years, and then in fact I decided to do this talk today because of two reasons. Number one is that this is August 14th, and back in 1985 on this day I actually left India. And so 34 years passed by. Since just the other day I was boarding the airplane from Dum Dum Airport in Kolkata, and here I am 34 years later. So this is a very special day in my life, and I had no idea about America. I took a huge risk, left everything behind. I was teaching in a college as the head of the department in botany, and a very nice stable job. My wife also had a nice stable teaching position in another Kolkata college. My college was far away, a remote Sundarban's village in the mangrove delta. I have written a lot about it. Anyway, so that is, I took a huge risk. That was the first reason I decided to launch this series of video talks today on August 14th. And the other reason I'm doing the talk today is because tomorrow, as we all know, is an auspicious day in Indian history. 15th of August, when India got its independence after 200 years of a very brutal, repressive colonial Raj, British Raj, and so many hundreds of thousands of people gave their lives, fought for independence. They were jailed, they were tortured, they were hanged, they were sent to the Andamans, to the isolated prison camp and all that. We all know the history. And then Gandhi came on the Indian political scene, and then a different type of nonviolent movement took place. And then and finally, after a very long wait and many sacrifices, and many people losing their lives and everything they had, millions of people forced to leave their home countries, and we all have personal experiences. We got our independence on 15th of August 1947, and then immediately after that, on the 30th of January 1948, this far right-wing people shot and killed Mahatma Gandhi. So this is like a very, very auspicious moment in India's history. I'm actually starting this talk today with a focus on India because of this reason. But this talk is not just about India. Over these 34 years since leaving India, I have really become an international citizen, and I'm very proud of that. And I have gathered so much experience and so much knowledge in so many different areas that I think it would be really a privilege for me to share some of my experiences and knowledge and education with all of you, whether you are in India, whether you are in the United Kingdom, whether you are in Germany or France or Brazil, or whether you are here in the United States of America, whether you are in Bangladesh. And Bangladesh particularly has a very, very special place in my heart. So I just decided to do this because India is going through an unprecedented historic crisis, social crisis, a political crisis, an economic crisis, an environmental crisis, a health crisis. It is really a country. It's my motherland. It's very, very close to my heart. I think about my country all the time, every single day, every single moment of my life. I think about Bengal. I think about Kolkata. And I think about West Bengal. And I think about Bangladesh. And I think about India. It is very, very close to my heart. And it pains me to see how the country is on the verge of implosion, destruction. These people in power, they are really destroying the country. And we have to be very clear on that. They are using all kinds of phony, superficial excuses to completely change the Indian society, completely change the Indian economics, completely change the Indian politics, and eventually they will destroy Indian constitution as we know it. That is my feeling. And this has not happened. This is not happening for the first time in history. It has happened many times in history. It's just that unfortunately we do not read history anymore. Why am I doing this talk in English? Because I'll speak in Bangla also. But I'm actually doing this first talk in English because, number one, I have a whole bunch of American friends who are very interested. Number two, I have worked in the labor movement. I have worked in the environmental movement. I have worked in the peace movement and civil rights movement, civil liberties movement here in America. I have really lived a very different type of life in America. And I do not want to exclude them from this discussion because at the end of the day, the situation is very similar. The situation is very strikingly similar across the world. What is happening in India today, what is happening in the United States of America today, what is happening in Brazil today, what is happening in the United Kingdom today, what is happening in Sweden today, they are very, very similar. So we need to understand the global politics. We need to understand the masterminds of this really new rising fascism that is really taking the world over. And that understanding, that analysis is extremely important. So that is why I'm doing this talk in English. But then I also understand that there are many, many people who probably do not have that comprehension of English, but they're very intelligent people, they're compassionate people, they want to do something about it, they want to know what is going on. And they tell me, Dada, please tell us what is going on. We are so confused. We do not understand what is going on. We hear a different type of a story on the media, and you write something so differently on Facebook and on your humanitycollege.org blog, and we get confused. We do not know exactly what is going on. So please educate us. Please tell us. And I do not have all the answers, but I try to do my best to share my education and my knowledge with everybody who is interested. That is something that I have done all my life. My hope is that with these talks, taking advantage of this incredible technology that we did not have before, now we can talk to people across the world simultaneously. I'm sure that on this video talk, There are people from India. I see a whole bunch of names joining in. I know that there are people from America. I'm sure that there are people from other parts of the world. So this is incredible. If the 1%, if the corporate world, if the global media, if Modi and Shah and Trump and Bolsonaro in Brazil and Boris Johnson in the UK, can take advantage of this global economy and global connection and destroy the world in their way and basically suck the blood out of our bodies, then why can't we take the same advantage to connect with working class people, the 99% from across the world? If we do not do it, it is like really going to be the ultimate stupidity if we do not take advantage of this incredible opportunity. So 34 years ago, when I first came to America, did I have the internet? No. We did not have anything. I was a penniless foreign student in biology, and I was here all by myself. I have written a lot about it, and I'm writing more. And I will talk just a little bit more about what I have written so far. But back in those days, we didn't even have a cell phone. I remember when I first came to America, I was in a faraway place in central Illinois, in a little town called Normal Bloomington, where I went to school to do my master's degree in biology from Illinois State University. I had no money. I was a foreign student. I had not even a penny to go back to India. I mean, I was so desperate because I left everything behind, right? I did not know what America was like. I could not speak English. Now I am speaking English, like talking freely in English. That has really taken a lot of time to learn this type of English. Okay, so it is not easy. I did not know how to cook. Okay, so in India, most men don't cook. I was one of them. So I came to America not knowing how to cook, not knowing, how the new life would be. And then I was in the middle of it. Extremely cold in Illinois, in central Illinois, near Chicago. Unbelievably cold. So everything was against me. It was a very difficult situation, but I survived. And I know back in those days who actually they, made laugh and they like ridiculed us that, and then some of them thought that, we were escaping reality. And then, they said a lot of things. I do not want to get into that. But the point is that we did not even have a cell phone back in those days. My wife was, for 1 year, I was in America all by myself, shivering in cold, in complete isolation, didn't have a single friend, didn't have a single relative in America. It was very difficult. I picked up the telephone, the landline phone, that was the only thing. And we did not even have a phone back in Kolkata. So my wife had to go to somebody's house to pick up my phone. And I would talk for 10 minutes and it would be like, $45, $4.50 per minute, AT&T international call. That is how I started my life from zero here in America. So people who ridicule me and they say all kinds of things. Some people, not all of them, thankfully. Some people, they're like, okay, so what do you know about India? You've left India to have a great life and you are talking all kinds of big talks, sitting in the luxuries of America. What do they know? Do they know anything about how I started my life from zero here in America? They have no clue, but it's so easy to, say things negatively these days. And now, with social media, everybody wants to project themselves as a big expert on everything, not knowing anything, not learning anything, not trying to understand, analyze what is going on, no education, but big talks. But so that's okay, that's fine. Let's forget about the negative things. I was actually planning to come back to Kolkata this August, and my friends were also asking me to repeat a talk that I presented at the Academy of Fine Arts in Kolkata in early February when I was there. And people had a lot of interest. More than 100 people showed up at that gathering. And it was unbelievable that so many people turned up. So that was an incredible, and most of these people I never have seen in my life. New people, they only came to know about me and my work and my writing through Facebook. So more than 100 people showed up. That shows that if you can show to people that you are an honest person, have a lot of intensity, and you are speaking, from your heart, and you are, like really you make sense, you know what you're talking about. And if you show people that you are not somebody up there, like an elite person, you are one of them. I am one of you. I came from a very poor, humble background. I do not want to get into that, but I know what life struggle is. Okay, I have seen a lot of deaths of very, very dear and close people I loved the most. They are now gone. Many of them are. Okay, so I know what I'm talking about. So when you show to people that you are an honest, like ethical person, and you are one of them, you belong there, you belong to, and not just to Calcutta, not just to Bengal, not just to India, to the world. I'm here in America. I'm talking from New York. This is my reality. Okay, I cannot just pretend that I just live, my body. Many people live in this country, immigrants, unfortunately, they live here like as if their bodies are only here and the minds are always back there. That is not a good way to live. I have lived in this country. I have lived as an international citizen. I am still a Bengali. I'm still an Indian, but I'm also an American, and I'm also an international citizen. Okay, so I have worked with, like I said, with the peace movement, justice movement. I have worked with the labor movement. I've been working as a labor educator. I left my science career, went back to school when I was 42 years old. All right, this is just an introductory talk, and I have a plan with my great webmaster, my brother Wenton, and then he is sitting right there. He's helping me to make this talk possible. So I owe a lot of gratitude to him. So with his help, I'm going to float a series of video talks. We'll be talking about politics. We'll be talking about economics. We'll be talking about the environment, which is really a scary thing. Today, we have to understand the gravity of climate change and how the world is falling apart. We have to understand the rise of fascism here in America, and we have to understand the rise of fascism in India, in Brazil. This is exactly the way Hitler came to power in 1930s in Germany. Exactly. Like, you can go back to history and read it, and basically people who are like ruling India right now, their leaders actually went on record many times saying that they praised Hitler. Their RSS is all the rituals, the prayers, the bowing, to their flag and everything. So like so strikingly similar to, what the Nazi Germany did in 1930s. Okay, so don't tell me. And then they killed Mahatma Gandhi. Okay, their people, Nathuram Godse. Okay, what is happening in Kashmir today? They talk about, they had a lot of protest and grievance, and they got their political sale out of the anti-emergency movement back in 1970s. I was a part of it. I was working closely with Jayaprakash Narayan's movement in 1975 to 1977. So the things that Indira Gandhi did, promulgating emergency, putting people, opposition leaders in jail, putting press censorship and all that, these people are doing it on steroid. They have like increased it rapidly. Okay, they have clamped down on the internet and cell phone and landline in Kashmir. They have blocked it off. Okay, nobody can go there. Rule 144. Okay, and then curfew. Then they have put, leaders, big leaders, well-known, respected leaders in house arrest. Nobody knows how they're doing. Okay, they have recently held Pranay Rai and Radhika Rai, the founders of NDTV, at Mumbai airport. Why? On phony charges, because they are against this fascist, racist government. That is why. Okay, so this is what is going on. We really have to understand what is going on. At the same time, India's economy is falling apart. India's environment is falling apart. There is a huge health crisis. There is a huge crisis on women's safety. Okay, if you follow the news, today it is very easy to follow the news. You can go online and read New York Times. You can go online and read BBC, watch BBC's movies, videos. You can read The Guardian, and you can read the Times of India and watch NDTV and Anandabhajar Patrika. It's so easy. Why don't you do it? You don't have to believe. This is what I tell my American students. You don't have to believe a single word that I say. Go and verify it. Go and double check it. I'm asking you to do that. Everything that I write, everything that I talk about, I ask you not to believe a single word that I say or write. You go and double check on it, verify on it, and then you come back and tell me, okay, Dada, you're right. Or okay, Dada, you're wrong. I found this, and you talk crap. I'd be very happy to hear from you, but show me. Okay, so we are going to perhaps do this video talk once in every 2 weeks from now on for the next 2 or 3 months, like 5 or 6 different subjects. And then we'll talk in English, we'll talk in Bangla. And then after this English talk is over, then I'm actually going to talk for about 10 minutes in Bangla. But in the meantime, I'm going to show you a couple of books that I have written, because many people keep asking me, where are your books? So here is one book, In the Belly of the Beast, an Insider Story. 1998, came from Delhi. Okay, a book got a lot of attention. It is sort of out of print, but we are planning to actually arranging for an online sale. You can still get it. Write me and I'll tell you where to get it. But then we are also going to publish it online, and then I'm going to do this had 2 editions, and then that was it. And then I also have my Bengali memoir, Ghoti Kahini, which you can easily find in Kolkata, Dez Publishing, Dhanbindu, and all these places. So pick it up. It has everything 100% honest about my life. Okay, and the final book that I want to show you is Music Box and Moonshine. That is a translation of Bengali short stories, and I'm going to do a future edition, like a future volume of this. And then I have more books that I'll talk about later. But the point is that this is just the start of the discussion. You question, send me your questions, you send me your comments, and then work together. Do not give up hope. Okay, people thought when Hitler came to power and destroying the world, killing people, killing Jews in concentration camps, okay, people thought that it was impossible to overcome. Okay, when blacks were forcefully brought from Africa and in chains and worked as slaves, what kind of an unbelievable tyranny they went through for hundreds of years. People thought it was impossible. And now, like from 2008 to 2016, a black man named Barack Obama became the president of the United States of America. And we witnessed that. We worked for Barack Obama at that time in 2008. It is possible to overcome. It is not theory, it is practice. If you work together, if you do not just show your frustration and depression and anger, those things don't help. You need to educate yourself. You need to reach out and touch. You need to bond with like-minded people, make new friends. Do not waste time on people who would not listen, closed-minded people. They're good for nothing. They will only criticize. Talk to people who are like-minded people, open-minded people, good people. There are millions and millions and millions of people who are still good at heart and compassionate, honest, and they want to do something about it. I will come back to you again in 2 weeks. And in the meantime, send me your questions, send me your comments, and then we'll keep the discussion going. after I am done with the English segment of this talk, I'm going to take 10 more minutes to talk in Bangla. Okay? I really want to thank you for your time. Stay with us and create a new kind of a movement. Create a new kind of a movement of honest, ethical, good-hearted people who want to do something about our country, about our language, about our civilization, about the environment, about our children, about our sisters, and the rest of the world. Thank you very much. I'm going to speak for 10 more minutes in Bangla. তাহলে ইংরেজিতে যে কথাগুলো বললাম সেগুলো তো আপনারা শুনলেন। এখন আমি বাংলাতে একটু বলি, কারণ একটুখানি বাংলায় বলা দরকার, কারণ প্রথম কথা বাংলায় কথা বলতে আমার ভীষণ ভালো লাগে। আর বাংলা ভাষা আমাকে এত বছর ধরে বিদেশে বাঁচিয়ে রেখেছে। আমার পেছনে এখানে রবীন্দ্রনাথের ছবি দেখতে পাচ্ছেন, এই সাইডে ক্যামেরায় ঠিক বুঝতে পারছি না কোন দিকে, এইদিকে। আচ্ছা, রবীন্দ্রনাথ সবসময় আমার মনের ভেতরে আছেন, হৃদয়ে মনে জাগরুক। আর রবীন্দ্রনাথের গান, রবীন্দ্রনাথের কবিতা, কিন্তু গান আর কবিতা শুধু হয়, রবীন্দ্রনাথের প্রবন্ধ, রবীন্দ্রনাথের নাটক, রবীন্দ্রনাথের চিঠিপত্র, রবীন্দ্রনাথের ছোট গল্প, রবীন্দ্রনাথের উপন্যাস, সবকিছুর মধ্যে উগ্র দেশপ্রেম বিরোধী কথা আছে, সবকিছুর মধ্যে ধর্মান্ধতা বিরোধী কথা আছে, সবকিছুর মধ্যে নারী স্বাধীনতার কথা আছে। স্ত্রীপত্র, ল্যাবরেটরি, চতুরঙ্গ, শেষের কবিতা, এগুলো কি পড়ুন, এগুলো কেউ পড়ছে না আজকাল। যাই হোক, নজরুল ইসলাম, বিভূতিভূষণ, আমাদের আমাদের লালন, আমাদের বাংলা সভ্যতাটাই হচ্ছে এরকম। আমরা খোলা মনের মানুষ, আমরা এই সমস্ত ধর্মান্ধতা, ফোকাস ফোকাস, এইসব আমরা পছন্দ করি না। আমাদের ধর্ম আমাদের কাছে। আমি হিন্দু, আমার পেছনে সারদামণির মা সারদার ছবি দেখছেন। আমি রামকৃষ্ণদেবের একজন ভক্ত, আমি স্বামী বিবেকানন্দের একজন ভক্ত, আমি একেবারেই হিন্দু। কিন্তু তা বলে আমি এরা কি হিন্দু নাকি? এরা হিন্দু ধর্মকে সারা পৃথিবীর কাছে একেবারে ছোট করে দিচ্ছে। একটা কুৎসিত, একটা বিশ্রী ধরনের তারা জীবন দর্শন আমাদের উপরে জোর করে চাপিয়ে দিতে চাইছে। গোমূত্র পান করো, এসব কি? বলছে ক্যান্সার সেরে যাবে। গণেশের মাথা হাতির, কারণ তখনকার দিনে নাকি প্লাস্টিক সার্জারি ছিল। মানে কি বলবো, এটা বুলশিট বলে একটা আমেরিকান শব্দ আছে, সেটাই বলতে হয়, আর কি বলবো। এরা কোনো শিক্ষা দীক্ষা কোনো কিছু ধারণা, বাংলা ভাষা, সাহিত্য, সভ্যতা, সংস্কৃতি কিচ্ছু বোঝে না। এরা বাংলাটাকে একেবারে ধ্বংস করে দিতে চায়, আমাদের এই এতকালের এত গৌরবোজ্জ্বল সংস্কৃতি। বাংলাদেশ কি রক্তটাই না দিয়েছে বাংলা ভাষাকে বাঁচিয়ে রাখার জন্য। আমি এদেশে বাংলাদেশের বন্ধুদের সঙ্গে কাজ করি, এতকাল ধরে কাজ করে আসছি। কি চমৎকার সমস্ত মানুষ। অফকোর্স সবার মধ্যেই বদমাস লোকজন আছে, ইভিল লোকজন আছে। সো হোয়াট? আজকে একটা বিরাট একটা সংকট, ক্রাইসিস আমাদেরকে গ্রাস করছে। আমাদের সবাইকে একসঙ্গে নিজেদের মধ্যে ভালোবাসা বিনিময় করে, বন্ধুত্ব বিনিময় করে, একসঙ্গে থেকে আমাদেরকে নিজেদেরকে বাঁচিয়ে রাখতেই হবে। নিজেদের ঐতিহ্য, নিজেদের কৃষ্টি, নিজেদের সংস্কৃতি, নিজেদের ভাষা, সাহিত্য, শিল্প। এত বড় একটা জাতি, কে হিন্দু, কে মুসলমান, কে খ্রিস্টান, এসব দিয়ে কি হবে? এসব তো অনেক হয়েছে। এরা এইসব খেলা খেলছে এখন। আসল খেলা, আসল কথা বলো, চাকরির কথা বলো, অর্থনীতির কথা বলো, মেয়েদের উপর এত অত্যাচার হচ্ছে কেন তা বলো, পরিবেশ এত দূষিত কেন তা বলো, এত স্বাস্থ্য সংকট, ঘরে ঘরে অসুখ বিসুখ, ক্যান্সার, হার্ট অ্যাটাক, তার কথা বলো। এসব কথা বলার ওদের কোনো ক্ষমতা নেই, কারণ ওরা জানে যে ওরা কিছু করতে পারবে না। দুর্নীতিগ্রস্ত লোক সমস্ত, বিজয় মাল্য, নীরব মোদী, রাফায়েল, কর্ণাটকে এমএলএ কেনা বেচা, পশ্চিমবাংলায় সমস্ত যারা দুদিন আগে যারা কালো টাকা জালিয়াতিতে ধরা পড়েছে, তারা এখন ওদের পার্টিতে গেছে। আপনারা আমাকে বলুন, আমি কোনো কথা কি বাজে কথা বলছি, মিথ্যে কথা বলছি, বানিয়ে বলছি? দেশপ্রেম মানে কি? দেশপ্রেম মানে কতগুলো বিরাট বিরাট স্ট্যাচু তৈরি করা? না, দেশপ্রেম মানে সাধারণ মানুষ খেতে পাচ্ছে কিনা, তারা রাস্তায় পড়ে মরছে কিনা, তাদের বাচ্চারা দুধ খেতে পাচ্ছে কিনা, তারা স্কুলে যেতে পারছে কিনা, বাচ্চা মেয়েদের ওপর অত্যাচার হচ্ছে কিনা, তাদের পাশে গিয়ে দাঁড়ানো, গাছ কেটে ফেলছে নির্বিচারে, তাদেরকে বনচ্ছেদন থেকে বাঁচানো, এই তো দেশপ্রেম। এই দেশপ্রেমের কথা স্বামী বিবেকানন্দ বলে গেছেন, এই দেশপ্রেমের কথা রামমোহন রায় বিদ্যাসাগর বলে গেছেন, এই দেশপ্রেমের কথা আমাদের রবীন্দ্রনাথ নজরুল বলে গেছেন। ওদের দেশপ্রেম দেশপ্রেম না, আমরা দেশপ্রেমী, আমরা দেশপ্রেমী, আমরা আসল দেশপ্রেমী, আমরা দেশদ্রোহী নই, আমরা দেশপ্রেমী। কথাগুলোকে ঘুরিয়ে দেবেন, ওদের ওপর চাপিয়ে দেবেন, আর যত আজে বাজে কথা বলবে নিয়ে যাবেন আসল সাবজেক্টে যাতে কথা বলে। আবার আসবো ফিরে, কথা বলুন, কমেন্ট করুন, প্রশ্ন করুন, আমার সঙ্গে যোগাযোগ রাখুন। আমি তো একা কিছু করতে পারবো না, আমার সেই ক্ষমতা নেই, সবাই মিলে কাজ করতে হবে। আজকে এই পর্যন্ত বললাম, আবার পরে নতুন একটা সাবজেক্ট নিয়ে ফিরে আসবো। আপনারা সবাই ভালো থাকুন, সুস্থ থাকুন। আজকে 14ই আগস্ট আমি এদেশে আমার প্রিয় ভারত ভূমি বাংলা ছেড়ে আমি আমেরিকায় এসেছিলাম। এই দিনটা আমার কাছে খুব একটা অন্যরকম একটা দিন। তাছাড়া কালকে 15ই আগস্ট ভারতের স্বাধীনতা দিবস। ভারতের স্বাধীনতা দিবস মানে বাংলাদেশেরও প্রথম স্বাধীনতা দিবস। 1971-এ বাংলাদেশ রাষ্ট্র গঠিত হওয়ার আগে 1947-এই ব্রিটিশের হাত থেকে তখনকার পূর্ব বাংলা মুক্তি পেয়েছিল। কি গৌরবোজ্জ্বল ইতিহাস আমাদের বাঙালিদের, দুই বাংলার। আমরা রাজনৈতিকভাবে বিভাজিত হয়ে গেছি মানে তো দুটো জাতি আলাদা হয়ে যায়নি, আমরা একই আছি, একই পোশাক পরি, একই খাবার খাই, একই গান গাই, সোনার বাংলা আমি তোমায় ভালোবাসি, কি অপূর্ব গান। আবার আমাদের জনগণমন, একই কবির লেখা। ভালো থাকুন সবাই, আবার পরে কথা হবে। নমস্কার।